What's up, you guys? If you're new, welcome to my channel. If you're not new, welcome back. I think I'm gonna do a voiceover only because I feel like it's too hot for me to explain to you guys step by step, and also it'll make this video a lot more smaller if I do so. But y'all see these inches? This is my first wig installation on myself. Like, not my first wig installation because I've worn this wig before on my channel, but I've never glued it down and actually made it lay kind of flat in the front. Now, am I an expert doing this? No, I am no expert doing this. I wish. I'm pretty amateur at doing this still. I'm wearing a robe because I still don't know what I'm gonna pair this look with. I actually filmed this look yesterday, but it was a fail, a total disaster, total flop, because I don't like to put stuff on my channel that I don't feel proud of. So I decided that I would just redo the whole video, and I had an issue with the lashes I was wearing. I would rather do this all over again than to go ahead and put something on my channel that I do not feel confident about. So I'm just going to clip my hair. I bought these clips for $1.50 at Family Dollar, and I bought them because a lot of people were wearing them when they wore wigs and they put their hair to the side when they did their makeup. So I thought, why not? You know what? I'm just going to buy it. Also, guys, do not mind my sideburns. I am trying to let them grow out, so that's why they look kind of just there. And the growing pattern is kind of weird and off, but we're just going to ignore them. Also, guys, I will put the link to where I bought this wig. I bought this wig like almost 2 years ago, and you know what, y'all? Like, this wig has lasted a pretty long amount of time. I'm not sure how long you have till you throw away a wig. I haven't really done my research. I've kept it and it looks pretty fine. Like, I don't think, I just have to put that concealer there. It looks pretty fine. I don't think there's nothing really wrong with this wig. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to do my brows off camera, and I will be right back with my eye makeup, and I'll probably be switching over to voiceover. So just letting you guys know what's going on. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started with this makeup tutorial. Okay guys, so to start, I'm going to prep my lids with the e.l.f. HD concealer in Fair, and this is just to give my eyeshadow a sticky base for it to stick to. Also, I find that when I do this step, it gives my eyeshadow more of a vibrant appearance. So yeah. So next, I'm going to blend out that concealer with my ring finger, and I feel like because my ring finger is warm, it just helps me blend the concealer better. And sometimes I find when I blend it out with a beauty blender, it soaks up a lot of the product, so the eyeshadows won't adhere to the concealer as best as I want it to. So next, I'm going to take my Take Me Back to Brazil palette by Beige Cosmetics, and I'm going to take that kind of like hot pink. It almost looks hot pink in the pan, but once you put it on your eyes, it kind of turns into this like neon pink. But yeah, you guys, I've been using this palette non-stop. My friend gifted it to me, and I've been just addicted to this palette. So what I'm doing, I'm just applying the eyeshadow on, just pressing it on, not being too precise with it because then I'm gonna go in and blend it out. But yeah, you just want to make sure that you get the color to stick on. So I'm doing the same thing to the other side, and I kind of put it in a fast mode because you guys already saw me doing this, and you guys don't need to see me doing it another time. So yeah. So going back into the same palette, I'm going to take a lighter shade and blend out that darker hot pink shade, and I'm just going to be doing this in windshield wiping motions and in circular motions. You want to make sure that you take your time to blend and really try to get that seamless look. It's kind of difficult to blend color shadows, but I promise you that if you take your time, it will look perfect. So because sometimes when we blend we lose the pigmentation of the eyeshadows, I'm going to go back into the darker pink that I used first, and I'm just going to intensify the crease, and then I'll go into the same brush I was using to blend everything out without adding any more eyeshadow. I'm just going to keep blending it out. Okay, so going back into the e.l.f. HD concealer, I'm going to apply some to the back of my hand, and I'm just going to take a flat brush to do this cut crease. I find a flat brush very helpful when I do cut creases. I don't really know how to explain how to do a cut crease to you guys. I just know I press the concealer on. You want to be very, very careful and keep your hand very, very still for this part, because a little bit of concealer in the wrong area can mess up this whole look. So a little bit is enough to do it. You can stop right here, but again, I messed up, so I'm going to make the cut crease a little bit more bigger, and we want to make that in a round shape, guys, because we're trying to imitate our eyelid. So we're just making some more eyelid space for more eyeshadow. I did forget to mention that the purpose of doing a cut crease is to give us the appearance of a bigger eyelid. I think I mentioned it, maybe just not in the best way, but yeah, you guys, you just want to take your time doing this, because if you're like me, like sometimes you mess up and you just have to improvise, and it's okay if you mess up, just as long as you try to get both sides as even as possible. I messed up all the time. I messed up in this video, but I kind of liked how it looked. I liked bringing it a little bit higher. So yeah, my tip to you is to just make sure both sides are pretty even. Again, going back into the same palette, I'm going into the yellow and the green. And I did this because I wanted a more neon and brighter effect. So by going into that yellow really gave it that really bright effect, and we're just pressing it on top of the eyeshadow. You don't really want to sweep it too much. You just really want to press it into the concealer so that it grabs the eyeshadow perfectly and it doesn't look kind of like streaky. So yeah, just be careful with that part. Just take your time and press the eyeshadow on the concealer. Don't really do too many sweeping motions. Taking an orange shade from that same palette, I'm just packing it on towards the middle area of my lid, or my new lid that I made with the cut crease. So I'm just really trying to blend that into the green seamlessly. So you're gonna see that I'm gonna take the brush I was using for the green and the brush I was using for the orange, and I'm just going back and forth between the two, taking my time to blend. I think blending for this look is really key because you want to make sure that the eyeshadows look like they're going into each other. So take your time and blend, go back and forth between the two, and yeah, that's all I can say for this part, guys. So once you feel that your blend is nice and seamless, you're gonna go back into the pink shade that you used in the beginning, and we're gonna do basically the same steps for the orange and the green, but just with the hot pink and the orange, you want to just pack it on first and then go back and forth between brushes and really blend that out. So that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm just trying to make sure that the colors look like they're going into each other. That's the key. You want the colors to look like perfectly blended. So again, because sometimes I feel like I lose the pigmentation on the eyeshadows if I blend too hard, I'm just gonna go back into the orange and I'm just gonna re-intensify it because I felt like I was kind of losing that orange, and then I'll just go back and forth again between the pink and the orange and blend. So once you feel like your blending is on point, you're gonna go into a glitter liner, and I use a glitter liner and I use a loose silver glitter because the liner isn't as intense as it used to be. So I just apply the liner, and this is just going to give our cut crease more of a cleaner cut, and I'm only gonna do it midway, and before that liner dries up, I'm gonna go into the loose glitter and apply it over top just to intensify the silver. So once you've done the same thing to the other side, it's time for liner, and magic. My liner is already on. I did it off camera because it takes me forever to do. So I'm just gonna curl my lashes and use my MAC and Extreme Lash Mascara. This is the travel sized one, or the trial sized one. And I think I'm gonna get the full size one because I'm obsessed with this mascara. You probably can't see it doing much, but it really does. One, because my lashes are pretty small, and because of the liner. So that's why you probably can't see it doing much. Next, I'm going to take my Kiss Mystery Lash and I'm just going to measure it and cut it to my size, and then I'm going to show you guys my trick. So I cut them into thirds after I measure them and cut them to the size, and I apply them underneath my lash line. So I just lift my eye up. If you're kind of like cringy about looking at the eyes and opening the eyes, then I advise you to skip forward this. But this is just what I've been doing lately, and it kind of gives my lashes the appearance of like extensions, like eyelash extensions. So yeah, take your time, make sure that the glue is tacky while you're doing this, because if not, the lashes won't stick to your lash. So yeah. So it's finally time to move on to my face, and I'm using the LA Colors primer, and this is their silicone primer. And I feel like, I think I've said this before, but the silicone primer is what works best for me because of my dry skin. It really helps my foundation and my makeup last all day. So taking my Wet n Wild setting spray, I'm just going to mist myself a little bit, and then I'm going to take my LA Colors Truly Matte Foundation in Soft Beige, and this foundation is so full coverage. I think I've said it 1,000 times on this channel. I'm obsessed with this foundation, and it's only $4. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm trying to get away from it, but baby steps, guys, baby steps, because this foundation is just my life. If you're trying to cover your face and give yourself like a mask, this is the foundation, guys. For concealer, I know I'm a little behind on this concealer, like it's been out for a while, but I've literally have had so much trouble getting one of these concealers. Like, you guys have made it sold out everywhere. Like, I've gone to Ulta, I've gone everywhere, and I could not find this concealer, but I finally was able to grab one at Walmart, and they only had like 3 shades. So it was hard for me to pick a shade. I literally just took the one I thought was most closest to my skin tone. So hopefully if it's not my shade, I can return it. But it's the 16-hour camouflage concealer, and I got the shade medium peach. This is a lot of concealer, you guys. It looks like there's a bunch in here. Guys, I've heard so many mixed reviews about this. This is the 16-hour camouflage concealer. My sister has it and she says it's amazing. You know what, I'm gonna cream contour first. What am I doing? Let me cream contour first. And to cream contour, I'm gonna use the LA Colors contour stick. Now, no, I love this contour stick. I picked it up twice. So I thought I was gonna be able to speak in this part of the video, but there was too much noise. So I like the doe foot applicator of this concealer. It was pretty big. Liam was also in the room with me and he was doing all kinds of things. He was trying to spray perfume in his hair. You guys are gonna see that in a minute. But I couldn't help but laugh and take it away. Obviously I had to. But then I move on to blending in my foundation, my concealer foundation. Look at me. And I loved how full coverage this concealer really was. It made my dark circles non-existent, and I feel like I got a good match of concealer, even though there were only 3 options to choose from. Now you guys know that I like my concealer a shade or 2 lighter than my actual skin tone to actually brighten. It's all preference. So my husband had surprised me with a rose, and he usually does this out of nowhere, so I'm never expecting it. So my reaction on camera was like, I was a little embarrassed, but it was really cute. So I set my face with the Magic Star by Jeffree Star Cosmetics setting powder in rose, and I applied it underneath my eyes and around where I crease, and I also set my face with it as well. To set my contour, I'm going to take the Anastasia contour kit in Tan to Deep, and I'm just going to contour my cheekbones, put a little bit around my forehead, my jawline, and also my nose. So I'm going to go in with my favorite blush at the moment, which is the LA Colors Red Rouge blush in Bodacious. I'm going to apply it to the apples of my cheeks. Moving on, I'm just going to dust off that bake and make sure that my face is nice and blended. I'll go back and forth between brushes to get that seamless blend effect. And then I'll just set my face with the LA Color setting spray, fan myself to make sure I'm nice and dry. So to finish off the eyes, I'm going to go back into the Take Me to Brazil palette. I'm going to take the lighter pink shade and I'm just going to apply it to my lower lash line and also apply mascara to my bottom lashes as well. Moving on to one of the final steps, I'm going to take my Anastasia X Amrezy highlighter, and I love this highlighter so much. It's so blinding, guys. And I'm just going to highlight the key points of my face. I'm also going to take that highlight and I'm going to apply it to my brow bone and the inner corners of my eye. Taking a wipe, I'm just going to wipe off that foundation off of my lips and apply some Vaseline because we was looking dry over there. And then I'm going to go into my BH Cosmetics Cashmere Cream Lip stick in the shade Thirsty. So yeah, that's the finished and final look. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all like this neon look. It's definitely out of my comfort zone, but lately I've been playing with colors a lot for you guys. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos, and follow me on my social media platforms, guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for all your support. and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you and God bless.